Hello friends, in today's session we are going to see all the examples as a practical part of string handling. We will start with simple string examples that we have already seen in theory part. First project is make string demo. Here we have created package for make string. Okay, so this is a simple example. All characters are combined to form a character array called chars, and new string that comprised of this char is created, whose name is S, and S1 is copy of this S. We are just copying and displaying both the values S and S. Now we will run this project. Both will comprise of the same string, that is Java. Okay, so this is very simple example. You can go through it. If there is nothing difficult in that, only a character array is given. You can add as many characters as you need in this character array. Okay, so these all characters combined will create a one string constant. Okay, you can go through this project. You can write it down. Now we will move to the next project, that is substring constructor demo. Substring constructor demo. Okay, so in this ASCII value byte array is provided, who is having value 65, 66 up to 70. Okay, each and every number is a representative of ASCII character A, B, C, D, E, F capital respectively. Okay, so we are creating one string that is comprised of these ASCII values A, B, C, D, E, and it will be stored in this S1. We will print this S1, and we will again create the new string S2 from string 2 to 3, that is substring of this string S1, and we will print this S2. Okay, so now I will run this project. This string is of A, B, C, D, E, F, and the new string is substring is C, D, and E. Why C, D, E? Because the second number index is A, B, C, D, E, F. Second index is C. Third index is D, and fourth index is E. Okay, so from 2 to 3 characters, from index number 2, 3 characters will be taken over here, C, D, and E, and those are displayed over here as a S2 object. Okay, you can write it down. This is the same project that we have already seen in our theory part, PPT presentation. Okay, so now we will move to the next one, concat demo. Concatenation operation is explained over here. Package concatenation demo is created. Okay, so now what is concatenation? Here we have specified the concatenation operator, that is plus, so that we can avoid writing whole the thing down into one line itself. Okay, so we will make parts of this string one by one, new line, and this is very much readable, it is very much understandable. Okay, so now we will run this. This could have been a very long line that would have wrapped around, but string concatenation prevents this. Okay, if there would not have been this plus operator or concatenation operator, this whole string we would have to write it down in single line, and we would have to scroll to the right to read this complete line. Okay, but because of concatenation operation, all these things are very much simple to understand. Okay, you can write it down. It's not very hard, it is very simple program. Still you can write it down. Okay, nothing special in that. Only string is created. You can write down any new string that you want, and you have to just print it. Okay, now we will move to the next project. The next project is toString demo. toString demo. In this toString demo, what we are doing, we are overriding the toString method of the class string. Okay, so toString is overridden over here, and instead of writing only value of the variable provided, we are creating a new whole string, that is dimensions are width by depth by height and full stop. Okay, so here box object is created with specified width, height and depth, that is 10, 12 and 14. Okay, so those are initialized here in the parameterized constructor of box class, and then we are preceding that with box b and colon, and then we are going to print this b. Okay, so b is specifically dimensions are this by this by this, and s is a complete combination of box b colon, and after that dimensions are width by depth by height. Okay, so now we will run this project. Okay, so here in the first line itself we are printing only b, and here in the second line we are preceding this b with box b colon. Okay, so here we are printing the complete string object, that is s. Okay, so next you can write this down. This is very simple program. Okay, it is very simple program to understand. Write it down. This is the toString method overridden. This is the box class parameterized constructor, and this is the main method. Okay, so now we will move to the next one. Next project is get characters demo. In this get characters demo, I have created one package called package get characters demo, and the class name is get characters demo, same as the theory part. Okay, so this is the demo of get characters method. From start index number 10 to end index number 14, I am going to fetch the characters. So at index number 10, I am having the character D, and from D, 4 characters I have to create. I have to fetch. For that I have created one more character array of size 14 minus 10, that is 4 characters long. Okay, so s dot get characters. So from s I am going to get characters from start 10 to end 14, and I'm going to store that those characters in array buffer, and from the position 0. So my final string will be demo. Okay, so I'm going to run this now. The final string is demo, and it is stored in the buffer array called buffer character array. I'm sorry. Okay, so now you can write this down. You can go through this. This is a very simple program as well. Now we will move to the next one. I will close this one. Next, equals demo. In equals demo, I have created a package called package equals demo. Okay, so in equals I am going to check if both characters are equal or not, and using equals ignore case 2. Okay, so for equals, two characters, two strings must be exactly the same, and their character sequence and their case should be exactly the same. Okay, so in this case s1 equals s2 will give me true. Then s1 equals s3 will give me false, because s1 is hello and s3 is goodbye. Then s1 equals s4 will give me false, because character sequence is same but the case is different. And equals ignore case s4, s1 equals ignore case s4 will give me true, because character sequence is same and case does not matter in this case. Okay, so first is true, second is false, third is false, fourth is true in this case. Now I will run this project. Okay, true, false, false, and true. These are the output of this project. Okay, now you can go through this project. This is a very simple example. Okay, now I will move to the next one. Equals not equals demo. For this I have created one package called package equals not equals demo. Okay, so in this case one string is created called hello, second is s2 is equal to new string s1. Okay, so copy of this s1 is created. Okay, so both are if s1 equals s2, character sequence is same. So in this case first one will give you the true result, but s1 is equal to s2 will give you false, because both are not referring to same object, both are the different objects. Okay, s1 is having hello, s2 is also having hello, both are having same character sequences, but both are different objects. So this second will give you the false result. Hello equal to true, because character sequence and case are exactly the same. And s1 is equal to hello will give you false, because both are not referring to same object. Okay, so this is the output. You can go through this, you can take a screenshot or photo, or you can write this down. Okay, now I will move to the next one. Sort string demo. Here I have created one package sort string demo. In this I am having a class called sortString.java. Okay, so for sorting I have already explained the theory part of this. Since ASCII value of a capital N is coming before the before all the characters in your ASCII table, it will be your first character in the final sorted array. Okay, now I will run this one. Here now is coming in between. If I am removing this compare to, ignore case, as compared to, it will give me now as the first character itself, first string itself. Okay, since it is having two more strings with capital characters as the first character, we are not going to understand this. I will replace them with the small letters. Now I will run this one. Now will be the first string. Okay, and if I will write it like compare to ignore case, it will give me now in between. Okay, so now here is it coming in between of the sorted array. Okay, you can also replace here with the capital one, and ignore case will work as well. Okay, hello will come in between, and then welcome will come in between at last, and now will come in between. You can go through this project. Okay, this is a very simple example. What we are doing here, we are iterating the complete array with j and I is equal to j plus 1, one string greater than the 0 number string, If any string is less than 0, means any string ASCII value is coming before this alphabetically, then we will replace that string with the new temporary string and we will swap the values. So your first string will always the lowest possible string with having the lowest possible ASCII value in the ASCII table. Okay, so it is very simple example to understand. Nothing to worry about it. I have already explained in theory part. If you are not understanding, you can go to theory 1 and you can learn it twice. Now we will move to the next one. Index of demo. In index of demo, I have created one package called package index of demo and class index of demo .java. So here is the string and index of give me the first occurrence, last index of give me last occurrence of this character. Okay. Then as well as index of string will give me the first occurrence of string. Index of this will give me last occurrence of the specified string. Okay. This is the start index. This is the end index. This is the start index. This is the end index from where to search has to begin. Okay. So now I will run this project. Now it's time for all good men to come to the end of their country. Okay. So index of t, first occurrence of t as index 7, last occurrence of t is at index 65, first occurrence of the as index 7, first occurrence of the is last at the 55 number of index of t starting from index 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from here, 11th is the first character after 10, 60, before 60, occurrence of t is at character at index 55 and so on. Okay, so this way first index of and last index of will work. Okay, this project already we have seen in theory part. You can write it down, you can go through this. Okay, so now we will move to the next project, which is called as string replace demo. Package string replace demo is created. In that string replace demo is created. This is a test. This is true. This is the same example from theory. So is is replaced by was at every occurrence. Okay. Searching for is, substitute is was, result is stored in result. Substring is fetched from this particular character. Okay. Searching for is and every occurrence of is will be replaced by was. Okay. Same example from theory part. Here is a do while loop for replacement. Now I will run this project. Every occurrence of is replaced by was. Okay. Whenever there is a is, we are replacing it by was. Okay. So you can go through this project. You can take a screenshot or you can write it down. Do while loop. Now, next project. Use stream demo. package useStream is created over here. useStream.java is the class name. Okay, so trim is nothing but we are trimming the starting and ending extra spaces given by user. Okay, I will run this one. I will write, suppose for example, Illinois, capital is Springfield. How they are achieving the result? It is trimming the space I am giving here. Okay, they are deleting the spaces given and it is matching with exactly with the string specified. Okay, then capital is Jeffron city and so on. Okay, if I am entering over here stop, it will quit. It will come out of the loop. Okay, so what is trimming? Trimming is the method specified by using string.trim and it will remove the white spaces, okay, from the project. And this is the buffer reader. It will take the input from the user and unless and until user is entering stop, they will allow to enter. Okay, state will be entered. State can be Illinois, Missouri, California and Washington. And for that particular input, output is provided over here. I'm sorry. For every possible string provided over here, every possible state, starting and ending spaces, white spaces are removed. Exact match is performed over here and output is displayed. Okay, now you can go through this project. You can write it down. Okay, now we will move to the next one. So, next project is change case demo. Uppercase and lowercase. Original string to uppercase to lowercase. Very simple example. I am running this one. This is a test. Okay, to uppercase will convert all the characters to capital. To lowercase will convert all the characters to small. So this is the methods. S dot to uppercase, S dot to lowercase, and it will return string. I will store this string into two string variables and I will display them. Okay, so you can give any string over here. It will be converted to upper and lowercase. You can go through this project. It is very simple example. Now we will move to the next one. Last project for this video, for this assignment session, string buffer demo. Okay, string buffer, its length and capacity is displayed. Buffer is hello, length is 5, capacity is 21. Why capacity is 21? Because 16 additional characters are added to save the time complexity. Okay, this is very simple example. Length and capacity methods we have already seen in theory part. Okay, so this way we have completed some projects regarding string handling. In the next session, we will cover all the remaining projects in string handy. Okay, and then we will move to our next chapter. So meet you in the next session. Thank you so much.